Shalom. Shalom, my people. Shalom. Shalom, my people. I love you dearly. It's amazing. It's amazing. I know. I know it's amazing. But shalom, my people. Shalom. Hey, what I'm here to do is first I'm gonna give you a round of applause. Thank my people for really listening to the word and trying to get a better understanding of the word. Because the word is very, very powerful. It can be used against us. Like I said, this is our history. So, what I'm trying to tell you, this is our history, people. And our history is in books that they don't want us to see. But I'm here to give you your history in the Bible. Prove everything word for word in the Bible, our history. Okay? We have to start thinking, man. We can't be like,
Awesome.
we got to start thinking. Got to start using our head. Got to start using our brain. And it don't make no sense. The stuff that's going on around us, they still got us fighting amongst us when we should be paying attention to what's going on around us. I want everybody to pay attention to what Elon Musk said. He said the reason he said that he's getting different women pregnant is because of the race. He said that the race is dying out. But he's not talking about our race. He's talking about his race. So he like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is have all these babies, right? He's taking care of the babies. Nah, that's a whole different subject. I'm not gonna get into that. But I'm talking about Elon Musk. Elon Musk said the reason why he's pregnant these women for they can have a baby because guess what? One woman can't have a baby. She can't have multiple babies at one time. Now she have twins. You know, it's very rare. So he has to, in order for the company he wants, he got to get several women pregnant, have them all pregnant at the same time. The reason why he's doing it is not because of the race as a whole is going, it's because they are dying out. They say by 2050, they'll be like the minority, which they already are. And I got scripture to prove it. But they are not trying to teach you that. You see, what they trying to teach you is that you are the minority. And they are the majority. But it flips around the other way around because we are it. And the Bible says we are it. But he said that because he wanted, they got to build their population up. Now, if you go see the movie Jurassic Park, Demon, I think his name is the new one, Dominion, the new one. I went and seen it the other day. They are trying to, because they're dying so fast. It's not us that's dying fast, it's them. So the records, they trying to show a lot of them are disturbed because they're trying to make you think you're the one dying. But they are really dying and then they're not producing while they're dying. Yeah, we might be dying at a high rate, but we're producing more. Yeah, as we die, 2 or 3 of them come right behind us. When they die, it don't know 2 or 3. They might not get none. So what in the movie, the women, one of the women in the movie that was in part 1, 2 in the movie, well, she had like a bad gene in her genes, her DNA. So she was able to take that bad gene out of that little spot of bad gene, just here with cancer or something. She was able to take that part out. And so what she did was got some of the dinosaur DNA and her DNA, and she injected in her body, and the baby was born. So they're trying to eliminate man, period. They'll start using animals, but either way it go, you got to use some kind of male type deal. But you got to understand, the reptiles, some of them can reproduce without having sex. They just reproduce. So they working on this stuff, and while we busy got our head up our butt while they working on stuff. They making movies about it. And then I seen a thing on one of the news channels where they got a woman don't even have to carry a baby. They got the sack that the baby come in, living in a little sack and everything, and they can feed the baby through the tube. And a woman don't have to carry a baby. So they just trying to get rid of right now. And plus I seen on the news, guess what? Is that when they using word, they saying a carrier. So they trying to get rid of the word mama or mother. They trying to get rid of that word, so they just call it carrier because see they propping your mind right. So when they can have transvestites having babies, not being on the inside but on the outside, and so they'll say they have a baby. They trying to be God. God said they were going to try to be Him, and Esau. That's all Esau do. Try to do things to be God. So and it's not nothing new. I'm not making nothing up. It's common sense. See, and they cloning people more than you think they clone. Because Esau is running out. His time is running short, and he can't sustain himself. So we over here, we can have baby like cockroaches. We can pile baby up like here. Okay, how much they try to kill a baby, but we keep popping up, keep popping up, keep popping up, but they can't do that. See, the abortion was never meant for us. It was meant for them because they women, they women, we done picked up, they have it. Oh, I want to be 35 when I get a baby. I want to be this when I get a baby. I want to be that when I get a baby. See, but they are doing it and they can't reproduce. See, but our women, they have babies, 2, 3 babies. They don't even get a chance to get their full checkup. They pregnant again. They can't do that. See what I'm saying? So they got to find a way to slow it down, even though it affects them, but not as much as it affects them because they are the one that can't keep up. We can keep up. And I pulled up a statistic, right, seeing what the ratio is. Okay. In Colombia, the places, some of the places I'm going to name with the low birth rate, the low abortion rate, is us people. Colombia is mostly us. So they got 19%. In Georgia, it's 21% of black women have an abortion. And Colombia is 19%. So it's not really that big a number that you think that I have an abortion compared to so-called whites. So now you go to like West Virginia, that's mostly white. 83% of them have an abortion. So that's mostly white folks. You see what I'm saying? Georgia is like a black state. So-called. So it's a low limit of people having an abortion. They just popping out babies. So what they show you on TV is not like what it's called propaganda. So if I keep showing you, oh, black women doing black women, I keep telling you, so you thinking the black women having an abortion, but it's not the black women, it's the white women that have an abortion. I'm giving you a thing, Wyoming, 61%. See, these are what the white folks, where I give you the low number, where most of the blacks at. Where I give you the high number, where the whites at. So you see what I'm saying? They try to play slick on us and think we didn't know, but we did. Utah, 60%. That's where most of the white folks are, not black folks. So that the numbers I'm giving you, a high number, are where the so-called blacks at. Now you got Tennessee at 39. That's kind of like a little balance there, but it's more whites in them areas. So they having a high abortion rate, not us. It's them having a high abortion rate. But they want to make you think you having a high abortion rate, but it's really not you, it's them. You got Arizona, 30%. Alabama, 30%. These are mostly white folks in there. Alaska, 49%. Arkansas, 44%. Connecticut, 31%. 37% in Connecticut. See, most of them are white towns. More white people in there, so the number high. So that's why they're trying to, that the law was really made for them. But you know, of course, we always try to help them out and join their cause and fight for them when they don't fight for you. Most of our women join their cause and fight for them. Where the gay people at? Where the homosexuals at? Where the lesbians getting in your fight about abortion? Because see, they want that because guess what? They can recruit. See, they can't have baby, they can recruit. It is nothing mean. Just tell the truth. The truth is the truth. Now, what they try to make a change into is that's a lie. Most I said, who changed the truth into a lie? They did. They didn't just start killing us people. They're trying to destroy the black man, the black family. Any way necessary. Any means necessary. I want you to check this out. The killing of the babies. I want you to go to Matthews 26. Matthews okay. 2:16-18. Let me highlight it on my thing so I can see it better. I'm highlighting it, folks. I can read it better. Okay, 16. I need to get 16 in there. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked by the wise men, y'all done heard the story when the wise men came, and Herod told them when they see him, let them know where they at. Let them know where baby Jesus is, because he wanted to kill him. You know, they knew God came to the wise men in a vision and told them to go back to their own land, because he knew what Herod was going to do. We're seeing in wharf. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked, I mean, he was lied by the wise men, was seeing him roughly mad, sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and all the coasts thereof, all the coasts around about thereof, for 2 years older and under. 2 years old and under. according to the time which he had diligently acquired of the wise men. So around about the same time, what he did was he said, look here, I'm going to put a decree out there. I'm going to kill all the babies that's chewing under. I'm trying to kill Jesus. And everybody know that Jesus is a black man. Now, we're not back in the darn 1300s and the 1400s and the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, 1800s. We're in 2000. Now, we all know that Jesus is black. So they were trying to kill this black Jesus, king of the black baby. So what they trying to do now, you take it now with the abortion, they trying to kill us. They're trying to kill the men, not only by abortion. What they killing them about? They shoot them in the street, put them in the prison. So that's why you see now the age that got to where they are like 14, 15, 16, 17. You know, they're young. So how you stop the seed? You stop the seed before it get old. You stop them before they even get a chance to have a baby. So guess what? You kill one kid that's 10 years old, he could have 4 or 5 sons. Then 4 or 5 sons can have 4 or 5 sons. His 4 or 5 sons can have 4 or 5 sons. You see what I'm saying? It'll be keep going. The generation keep going. So what they do, they get them at 2. So it's nothing new. They've been trying to kill us for ages. They've tried to kill you. If you understand that you are the so-called Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, then you understand that. Maybe it don't make no sense to you now, but you can kind of put it together. So dang, they've been killing us for a long time. They see the abortion rate is not for us, but it always affects us. So they know you're gonna get certain black women going there and kill their babies because they won't. So what they do is they put education and money. So women going out hoeing around, with that abortion, they can't go to the clinic and kill the baby. So they can keep going. So now they fighting because guess what? Now they're gonna make you accountable. You can't go out there and just sleep with a man because he got a Lexus or because he got a Mercedes or because he got a gold necklace on. You can't go shoot a man now because now you got to be accountable because it's gonna cost you out the pocket to go and get an abortion. So you're gonna be forced to keep the baby, but they weren't really focused on you. They were focused on the women, but you just gonna be a part of it because we always join and they fight. Yeah, and that's how you're gonna kill all the 2-year-old boys. Why you think they doing that, man? I want you to go to Exodus. See, they ain't just that was the New Testament. Now I want to go to Exodus. I'm gonna show you something else. I'm gonna go to Exodus. The video ain't gonna be long because I just want to come here and get this thing out of here because we need to know what's going on with us, man. Exodus 1. Exodus 1 and go to 15. It's all biblical. 15 through 22, but it ain't gonna take all that. But I'm gonna read it because I'm gonna take my time and go ahead and read it for you. What I'm doing is I'm highlighting it so I can see it and better read it. Okay, this is Exodus 1, 15 through 22. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, which is so-called black women, so-called black, you got to remember, you are the Hebrews, of which the name of one was Saphar, and the name of the other one was Pooh. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, these basically other black women are black nurses, because they are the ones that go around helping the black girl kill their baby. They stand in line fighting and marching. So it's you the same people that were back in then. You the Hebrew woman. You want to stand there, women's right, women need to do right. You mean to tell me you willing to travel 1,200 miles, 2,000 miles, you remember to get in the street and fight, to kill? But you supposed to be a nurture mom, all because you made a mistake. Yeah, people don't throw that stuff in here talking about some rape, and that's a very small number. Majority of these people here ain't going because they got raped or because incest. They going because they partied all night and had sex and had a baby becoming pregnant. Now why you think, if that's not so true, why do you think that the plan B or whatever it is, why you think that's off the shelf? They can't hardly find it because people stacking up on them. Now they got to put a limit on it because you want to kill your baby so much because you out there partying having a good time. Or so I'm stopping in between. So if you want to go read it for yourself. Exodus 1, 15 through 22. So I'm explaining it and narrating on it as we go. And when he said, when you do the office of a midwife, when you perform like having a baby, you know how to do it. You're a nurse. On the midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them and see them upon the stool, getting ready to have a baby. If it be a son, then they shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Kill the son. They've been trying to kill the man because guess what, folks? They know that we are the salt of the earth, the man. But they keep trying to make our women think that we're not. They downplaying us. But we are the salt of the earth. They downplaying us, people. They trying to get y'all to kill us. They trying to get y'all to go against us. Don't you see what they're going on? They've been doing this for thousands of years. They've been eating. I read what they did in the new. They were trying to kill Jesus and Matthew. I'm reading now what they're trying to do to you. I'm going to read future time too. What they're trying to do in Egypt. We told all the Hebrew midwives, you can't tell me is when you go in a lot of them places to get abortion, ain't no black women up in there. Ain't no black women that are trying to kill the baby. But guess what? These women here, guess what? I'm going to read on. In 17. But the midwife fear God. We got women that fear God. You see them on Facebook, you see them on Instagram, you see them on TikTok trying to tell our black women this, but then they call them now they call us simp. Now they call them the black woman picky, whatever that is. That's what they call them because black women they don't like instruction. So you know if they ain't gonna listen to another black woman, they damn sure ain't gonna listen to another black man. But the midwife fear God. And did not, as the king of Egypt command them, but saved the men and children alive. But saved the men, children alive. Them midwives respected God. They loved the God. They had to fear God. And you see what they fear God. See, they keep trying to tell you God is this old puppet. Oh, the puppet you play with. He not. This is a serious business. You know why? You see when people they say fear. They fear God. When you fear something, you obey it. Your kid. Don't come at me to you got the kid scared. You understand, because you fear your daddy's voice. Your mama can be talking all you want to hear. But your daddy's voice came, you tighten up. Now, you know what I'm saying. So don't come with that bullseye with all that junk to my fear for and all this. You know what I'm talking about. You know when you heard your daddy's voice, you tighten up compared to him mama's voice. You couldn't sleep at night. You should wait till your daddy to get home. You couldn't even take up. You were scared to go to sleep. Every time something moves, you jump. So don't act like you're brand new now. You know about what I'm saying. See, but these women fear God. They didn't do the commandment of the Pharaoh. Okay, 18. And the king of Egypt called the midwife. He called the black women, because these are Hebrew women. And this is an African man now. The Pharaoh, they're Africans. They don't want to have you in slavery for 400 years until God gave Moses the power to come get your butt. So these are Africans, the same one that you don't see, but you know they're here. They live right in your neighborhood. They don't come outside. They don't go to the store with you. They don't shop with you. They don't go to the movie with you. They don't go to school with you. I'll be like, where they go at? You don't even see them at the gas station. I mean, they must be coming out at a certain time of night. And then if they were just killing black people, why they ain't killing the Africans? Because they know what Africans, they know that I told you, sir, about the Tutsis. I told you about the Tutsis. The Tutsis in the what other people and the Rwanda. The Tutsis in the I can't think of the name right now. And they knew the difference between us and them because we got fat nose and big lips. So when they genocided them people, they were killing so-called Negro that was still left over there that didn't come over during the Atlantic slave trade. So God said we're gonna be scattered everywhere. So it's still so-called Negro there, Africa, in the west part of Africa. You go to the west part of Africa, Kenya, and all that part on the west coast, the Ivory Coast, where you call, you'll see they look different for us. They look like us. Sudan, when you start going eastward in part of Africa, you see that they slimmer and taller with pointed nose, like Barack Obama, because Barack Obama is an African. He got the pointed nose. You seen that thing when they come to find out that he's some kin to 6th president? No, he's some kin to all of them through bloodline, because Esau and so-called the Africans, they mingle when God told them not to mingle. So they came in there. So the Africans, and when they say take crafty counsel against you, it's a lot of you. They sit to the table. A nigga don't have no representation when the United Nations meet together. Don't think Barack Obama. Don't think Joe Biden was your representation. You have none. The African got their representation because you got African leaders over there. But let me get back to the subject. And the king of Egypt called all the midwives and said, "What have you done this thing?" Hey, what the hell you did? I told you to kill these baby boys. He said, "What have you done this thing? And have saved the men, children alive." He said, "Hey, I God told you to kill these babies when they come out, they boys. But he look over the land. When he said look over the land, because it's big. He rode around and seen all these damn little nigga boys still living. So he asked the Hebrew midwife, hey, what you doing? Y'all thought I told you to kill them. 19, and the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women. The Hebrew women are not like the Africans. When you see Egypt, them are Africans. And they say Hebrew, them are so-called Negroes. That's why you hear those statements saying they niggas selling niggas. It wasn't niggas selling niggas. It was Africans selling Hebrew Israelites. See, that's why they know it, but they get you thinking that you one of them. You know you're not one of them because you're not a part of them. You're not in part of society. You mean to tell me the police know it between an African and a nigga when they shooting out there and they just shooting just niggas? Come on, you mean to tell me ain't no African walking up and down the street? Come on now. You got to use a little common sense. I want you to use. I watch that thing. I want you to. No, that ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. That's what they're doing us in the street. But they're not killing no Africans in the street. You got to use that. You got to use that brain right there, man. You got to think. I'm gonna keep going. What they say? He said, "Hey, man, I thought I told you to kill them babies. You ain't kill them. You know how they talking. I thought I told you to kill them. They say Hebrew. But just change the word like they saying. I thought I told you to kill them niggas. How come they still alive? How come you ain't putting enough of them in prison? How come you ain't shooting enough of them? I'm gonna set you free. The Bible says your oppressors kill you and hold themselves not guilty because all of it cursed. But the curse comes from God because we disobeyed the law, statutes, commandments. The church won't teach you that. 20. Therefore, God did well with the midwife. God did well with them. Because they didn't listen to the Pharaoh, they listened to God because they fear God. Therefore, God dealt well with the midwife. He dealt good with the Hebrew midwife. So you women out here, you out here protesting for God. God got you. He gonna set you up right. And the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. We multiplied. Because they didn't kill us. So they know this right now today. If they kill us, we can't multiply. Because they know this with dang. We killing them. We're doing everything crack. We're doing everything to them. We're robbing. We starving them. We're giving them disease. But they still keep multiplying these babies. And then they can have AIDS and the baby come out with no AIDS. They don't understand that. So guess what they said? The Pharaoh said they waxed strong. That means they multiplied. That man looked over there, I'm just paraphrasing. He looked over that balcony and said, look at them niggas. Well, you don't think the president, the senators, and Congress, sheriff department, the mayor, you don't think they're looking over their city and seeing that y'all niggas still multiplying? You don't see that? They got to try to stop these white women from killing their babies. Because guess what? You still multiplying. You big. They don't want you to become a nation. If you ever become a nation, wake up. I want you to think about something. Just imagine if these niggers stop killing each other and realize who the enemy is, the white folks will be crazy. Because if they free to kill us, just imagine what they'll do to them. So they got to keep you divided. So they got to keep people telling you, you got pastors come tell them, they'll tell me I'm a hater, I'm a hate monger. But God said I'm a man of war. So they'll divide you so you walk around here blind and all this stuff happened right before you. It's like I've been telling people this for 5 or 6 years and all this stuff is coming. I hate to say it, but it's the scripture which I can find it. God said that when we go up in the chariot, we're going to be able to, the people who we tried to tell and say, they're going to see us. And they're going to be like, we're going to be saying, we told you. We told you. So that's what's going to happen. Some people waking up now because they see it. They see these Hebrew Israelite brothers on the corner telling people. And they see, damn, you got one line because it lines up. How you got something that's lined up straight and you can't make it go crooked and you turn against it? You got to be an evil person. You got to be a wicked person. 21. And it came to pass because of the midwife fear God that he made them houses. He built them a family. A house is not just a place you go live in. He's talking about a family. He made them family. He gave them some profitable men, some men. They married to a profitable family. God took care of them. I'm just saying, people. You would have thought him about a house. He made, oh God, I bought you a house. There you go. No, he's about a family. Come on, people, man. Y'all got to wake up. And Pharaoh charged all his people. Pharaoh charged all of his African people, all his constituents, because they knew the difference between us and them. Same way they know now. I gave you a decree. Get what he said. Every son that is born, you should cast them into the river, and every daughter you shall live. Because they can take our women and manipulate our women. So they take our women and rape our women. They rape our women. They take our women, not only do they rape them with mind and spirit, they rape them because they think that, which is true. So if I get my black woman and she married to an African, that baby going to be an African baby. See, everybody know that but you. But if I get on here and try to tell you and explain to you, you don't get it. But the other nation telling you that, hey, check it out. I'm going to kill all your men. I'm going to get your women, and I'm going to make them women have my baby. Esau trying to get all our black women, and he's going to sleep with them and make it, and they baby, that'd be a white baby. So they trying to get the nation to grow. They trying to get their nation to grow. We're trying to kill our nation. But guess what? God intervened when you ain't going to be able to kill them. Okay, who you go to, God can have a remnant of us that we multiply. You can't stop it. It's unstoppable. You know it is. You know I'm telling the truth. And Pharaoh charged all his people. Every son that is born, you shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save. River, Nile River people. I want you to get this in. Nile River people. Oh, I gotta use this in. Nile River. You gotta think the Nile River where them alligators, them crocodiles at. I will remember that. Crocodile, alligator, crocodile, alligator, crocodile, alligator. Remember that. I'm gonna come back to it. Right here in this time. I'm coming this time. That's why the biggest alligator was 21 point something feet. How you think he got that big? Because they were eating off of us. I'm just saying. They were throwing me. They just imagine, just imagine, lady, Hebrew Israelite woman, from Africa run down the street and grab your baby and start throwing your babies in the river. They on the two and under. Me and child. I got grandbabies. They would grab my grandbaby because he's two and throw him in the river. Y'all people my age, y'all got grandbabies. They would grab your grandbaby and throw him in the river. Just imagine that. This is what they did to you. So all the other nations are involved in it now. All the nations are involved in killing us. So if you can stop, you get abortion. You get enough of them in there to do that. If I put them on crack, I get enough in there to kill them. But all these stuff they're doing, I put Plan B out there, all the Plan B, and see, the drug stores are not drug men now. They're drug companies. Let me tell you something how you stop that. We can stop a lot of that stuff. We start getting insurance. Then the insurance company raise hell until the people start killing them. See, then you won't have to be on. You start buying the prescription medicine every time you start taking your health, taking your body. Then they'll see you start journal because you're the one. You're the number one in everything. Because you are under a curse. So now instead of going to the drug dude on the corner, a drug man there on the corner, you don't see no drug boys on the corner. It's CVS, Rice, it's Walgreens. Them the drug dealers now. The Hebrew brother was teaching that 20 years ago, said there won't be no more drug dealers on the street. The Hebrew brother was teaching that there won't be no more drug dealers in Hebrew on the corners. He said that it would be Walgreens, CVS, and RITE drugstores. Different pharmacies all on the block. They are building folks hospitals on every block. The Hebrew brother was already teaching that 20 years ago. So now you're in the river. Now check this out. Check this out. I said alligator crocodile now. Alligator crocodile in the Nile River where they were throwing all the boy children at. Between the 1800s and the 1900s. Them little boys out there, that's a crocodile. We was called alligator bait. They were to feed us in the 1800s. A lot of us in Louisiana in the swamp. And in Florida, right here in Jacksonville, in United Florida. Down there, why you think they call it the swamp, the Florida Gators? I'm just, y'all better do research. See the little black kid there? That's a gator right there. That's a gator. See that gator? See the little black kid called gator bait. The same thing that the Egyptians were doing to us in the Nile River. Same thing they just were doing us in the Nile River. I just read that to you. Where you say take all the two kids, 200 men, trying to throw them in the river. That's the same thing they were doing. They were doing that in between the 1800s and 1900s. Who said they ain't doing it now? So a lot of stuff just you know you get they doing it. You don't even know they're doing it. If you were not training for gator base, and they would do it, they would tie little ropes. They under 2 years old. Under 2 years old because that's when they about that small when a gator can swallow them whole. You know how a gator do when a gator they have a rope tied to it. They throw the kid out. They call it charm in the water. You know how you charm the water, make the fish come? Well, they would charm the little kid kicking. Your little baby kicking. Under 2 years old. So the charm in the water by the swamp. So the gator's coming. And then they got a rope tied to it. So what the gator would do, get him and wrap. So when the gator wrapped himself, he wrapping that rope around his mouth. So they just pull the gator on in, kill it, make belts and stuff like that. And guess what, folks? They used to make shoes out of us, our skin. They used to make shoes out of our skin. They did us a wrong, but guess what? You refuse to believe the truth. I'm just giving you facts. And I'm bringing stuff all the way back from the Old Testament to the New, to the present day, what you're living in. And it's happening. You are the people. Because the same thing keep happening. How in the world is that much of a coincidence that in Exodus, almost the beginning of time, then it came to the middle of time, and then it came to the end of time where we at now, the same thing happened to the same group of people. Come on, people now. Come on. Somebody got to wake up. It's almost comical. I know it's almost comical, but that's just where we at these days. And it's almost comical that we don't see what's going on. I had to get that out. I've been thinking about it and taking notes, and I had to get it out. And this right here are some side notes. I want you to think of something. Beyonce is on a pale horse. I want you to go to Revelation. Beyonce is on a pale horse. Okay. Revelation, I think it's 6. And 6. I'm going to go look, see. And the voice, okay. I'm gonna read. I think I'm gonna start at 5. Revelation 6:5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard a third beast saying, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on the horse had a pair of balance. He's finna judge the world in his hand. You know what balance is? In his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, "A measure of wheat for a penny, 3 measures of barley for a penny. See thou that thou oil and their wine." He judging the world. 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast saying, "Come and see." And look, and behold, a pale horse. And his name said on him was Death. And hell followed with it. Hell don't mean hell is a condition. Hell is a condition. All what you're going through, all your life you're going through, hell is a condition. The name pale and death, and follow him the power. And the power will give to him the fourth part of the earth to kill with a sword. This is where we at now. That's why she was on that pale horse. That woman's on a pale horse. This represents death. And guess what they represent? The fourth part of the earth. They should be killed with the sword. They're killing them with the sword. We are dying with the sword. Not on us. You see them people shooting people in the streets. You see them people blowing up mosques. You see them doing all this stuff. You see they mostly killing us with the gun, shooting, killing up the school. That's the gun. And we're hunger. And we starve. They say ain't no food in the store. People can't afford it. People got to choose between the food and the medicine. This where you at now. You are on that pale horse now. And this lady just told you what you own. The Illuminati. And death, and with the beast of the earth. Now you dying. See that? All the pestilence, all the death, all the food. That's where you dying. You right now, you're on the pale horse. They open up these seals. You might go read Revelation. It's coming to light. And why do you think she on that horse? You'll never if you don't have the knowledge of God in you, the minute I seen that woman on that clear horse, which is the pale horse, I knew what it was. I knew my mind automatically read to that scripture. I knew because I read. If you don't read, you can't connect the dots. Shalom, my people. Shalom, my people. I love you. I do this out of love. I do this shalom. I do this out of love. I just want you to put your thinking cap on. I love you. 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 I do this out of love.